tough negotiations were in the last contract. An 8-year contract. The government was on our back. Times were really tough. They should be so lucky to have to negotiate under those kind of conditions. They negotiate contracts when they don't control shipping in BC, like we control longshore. They got another union on them. They got another union in this province that they've been fighting, not every day for over 60 years. They've been fighting the Seafarers International Union. You had meetings with them, brothers? They're not a union like any other. You don't sit down and meet with them and make a deal, because they'll cut your throat as soon as they can. This convention was dedicated to the memory of that guy over there, Frank Kennedy. Frank Kennedy is the reason, one of the main reasons that this union is here today. Because in 1956, after we had merged with the SIU, when all these mergers were going on in the United States between the AFL and the CIO and the Trades and Labor Congress and the CCL here in Canada, we had to find a home. We were on our own. So we merged with the SIU, and the deal was all past differences are forgotten. Come on in. We're going to have one Seamen's Union in Canada again. Sounded wonderful. So we went in. 3 years later, 1959, the Marine Engineers went on strike in Vancouver, all over BC. The SIU scabbed on them. They said, we'll supply engineers. So the coastwise longshoremen, ILWU longshoremen, headed by Frank at the time, they said, we support the engineers. The SIU said, well, we'll supply longshoremen also. And that's what they did. And everybody who refused as a seaman to go down there and scab on longshoremen was expelled from that union. And it didn't matter where you were. You could have been anywhere in Canada, but the fact that you came in under the merger, you weren't trusted to be a loyal SIU man, so you were turfed. I hadn't been on the West Coast for 2.5 years. I was in Halifax on a ship, been on her over a year. The port agent came down, he said, Mike, I have to pull you off the ship. I said, why? Oh, he said, there's a problem on the West Coast. And I got a letter from Norm Cunningham, as we all know in this room. He used to be the head of the BCMEA. At that time, he was the head of the West Coast SIU. And he sent all our names all over Canada. And they pulled me off the ship, no trial, nothing. They said to me, phone Hal Banks in Montreal and see if you can get something done. He would never take my call. I had to come back out here. And by then, guys like Kennedy, Tom McGrath, who was mentioned here before, a guy from St. John, New Brunswick, East Coast guys who come out here and stuck with the CSU, these guys came out here and done the job. They did the job. God damn it, I mentioned that they didn't have the luxury of negotiating a contract like we do when we control the longshore work on the coast. They're continually fighting, continue being raided over 60 years, fighting a union for jurisdiction that is subsidized from the East Coast, from the SIU, so their dues are $50 a month. Imagine, $50 a month. These guys' dues $130 a month, and they're just getting by. I didn't think this union was all about dollars and cents. God damn it, we got to have some principles here. There's people who can't afford to pay $24 or $25 a month per capita and still belong to this union. You want them out? Well, I guess if that's the case, that's what will happen. I was at the convention when it was passed, when they asked if they could be members. They had a vote, either go in the CAW or come with the ILWU. They voted over 90% to come with the ILWU because they're the same kind of union as we are. They run from the bottom up, not from the top down. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to give them an ultimatum, either pay up or you're gone. In that, well, I don't know what will happen.
We're going to have to wrap it up, brother.
I don't know what will happen, but I want to say this. At the convention in New Westminster, when the deal was made of what the per capita was going to be, as a matter of fact, that deal was made upstairs in that building, and it was agreed on $3 a month. $3 a month per capita. That's what it was agreed on. It went up to $4.50 a month. Now we're saying that this motion says $25 a month or $24 a month with a union that's struggling like this. God damn it, I think, we have to think more than, as I said, dollars and cents. These guys have been fighting this fight since 1949. We talk about contracting out here. 1 minute, please. You talk about contracting out. The Canadian merchant seamen were contracted out in 1949. And that's the kind of stuff that happened then. It's going on all over the world now. And God damn it, I think it's bullshit. I think we should cut these guys some slack, meet with them, and try to work out a deal to keep them in this union.
Thank you, brother. Time.